everybody, it's a one-man woman here today, and I'm going over a few tips and tricks today about how to not get scammed. Well, I used to be a pretty big scammer myself, and it's fair to say that I have scammed or taught people to scam more money than ever has been scammed on the Memento network before I came along. So, there are a lot of different types of scams out there, and most of them can easily be figured out. So I'm just gonna give you a short little list of types of scams that you may come across. First, simple tricks. This is as basic as you can get. This is not giving someone money after they paid an item. Like if you were trying to sell a cool diamond sword and someone said, hey, I'll buy it for $25 million, and then they paid you and then you just don't give them it. So it's that, or you can just kind of trick someone saying like, hey, you can write someone's name on a shop sign and you can steal their money, and then it changes back to theirs. So that's called simple tricks. The next category I would say is labeling scams, which is saying there's a certain amount of something in a sign and making the sign different. So this, as you would see on the screen, is someone could walk into a shop and just say donate like 100 mil, except instead of 100 mil on the actual sign, like the labeling sign says above, you put down 1 bill, but no one cares to count the extra 0. So there's another type of scam called the gamble scam. This is having like a whole bunch of different signs saying like each time it costs 1 bill to enter, and then instead of having 1 bill on each of the signs, you have like buy dirt for 10 bill, and you know, you just take money for dirt. So that's pretty simple. Another one is called identification scams. This is a type of scam that makes an item ID look like it's real, but it's not. I've shown you guys something like this with let's see, like when I did the bedrock picks for sale, or 127 picks, where I make a sign look legit, except you can label something wrong or make it so it looks like it's right, but it's actually something else, and they buy it, but it's not the thing that you said that was being sold. So that's an identification scam. Alright, there's 2 big picture scams next. One is called a large deception scam, and this is setting up like a huge scam that just makes everything look legit through effort. So an example of this would be making a shop with a ton of signs, but all the signs are like switched in numbers. Like it says like a shop sign would look like my name, then the next line would be the number that you're selling or buying, but instead of that you can have like what you want to buy or sell it for, and then the line before that, instead of having what the price would be, you'd have like the amount. So if you did an entire shop like that, people would start selling stuff to you, and instead of selling for a decent amount of money, they sell for almost no money. So that's something called like a large deception scam. They're just setting up something really big that looks like it took a lot of effort and is legit, except it's not. The next kind of scam is called a mask scam. These are the scams that take a lot of effort to set up. Well, some of them do, but basically it's something legit and it looks like you're giving something to people and you're being really nice, but the real scam is harder to detect because of this mask that you put over it. So an example of this would be like the $1 trillion scam they gave to Alora Demutra. So then I was saying like, hey, come take these free emerald blocks, and I just had a ton of free emerald blocks, and she just started spamming the sign, and I denied her from my plot, and she got teleported. So that is a super intense scam. And then another example with this would be the scam I made at my castle that I had this one time. And that one, an example would be like me making the VIP shop and having like a puzzle out front that you could solve. But instead of that puzzle being available, it would be like you could like give me all your money through like the puzzle, and I'd be like, haha, you got scammed or whatever. Or you could pay like 50 bill to access a VIP shop that I was never gonna empty. So it's like the cycle in idea. So anyways, I think what we're gonna move on to is I'm gonna kind of explain a few scams, as well as I already just showed you a few scams. So let's finish up the video then. Hey guys, this is a scam that Stock Smartman tried to set up for me. I know it's a scam because right now it says tripwire hook #KR, which really looks like a simple thing that would make sense. But I mean the 309 kind of gives it away that it's a scam because he tries to make up like some weird number. I don't know. So I'm gonna ask him for the ID for a tripwire hook, which is I don't know. Anyways, if you look at it, it doesn't have a lore, which means that the item, that's not actually an OP key, otherwise it would say something on it. So, if I buy it, it's just gonna give me something that says, I don't know, whatever he wants. Typical. But, yeah. That is one thing that you can see. He's like, haha, I tricked you, but, you can be cool too, because you won't get scammed. Now that you know what types of scams there are, you might be wondering how to spot new scams that might come up. Or if you don't know if a scam is really falling under these categories, you can just use this list to see if your expected scam is legit. So here's one thing you can do. Check the price. Is it super expensive? Is it super cheap? If you don't know, I mean, ask around and see if it's a good price or not. So if it's too expensive, don't get it anyways because it's too expensive. But if it's super cheap, make sure to check the sign and everything with other things. Make sure not to trade with people directly. Also, try trading through like signs and like shop signs. So here's another thing: is to check the lore. Make sure the item you are buying is the right lore. So do /item info, then whatever they have on the sign. So like, let's say if I had something like a diamond pickaxe, I'd check the like 278 hashtag something, and I'd have to make sure that it has like enchantments and everything if I'm buying it. Also, if there's a hashtag and then a space before the other members, it's not what you think it is. It's not an enchanted item, it's something that it's the plain item. That's how the plugin identifies it. Another thing to recognize is it free? Because nothing comes free without the price. Someone's doing a drop party, of course. Get what you can get in there. But there's probably a hidden trap somewhere if someone's trying to give you free stuff. For example, this could be like the $1 trillion scam. Another thing try to avoid is make sure you see the info on all the signs. If there's a sign that has its back turned to you, let's say, and you can't read what it says, don't assume that someone's trying to be nice to you, that it's all legit, because most of the time it's not. They're just going to take your money. Now, another thing, this one's hard to piece together, but is there something suspicious going on? This is a lot harder to detect for people that aren't used to scams. But for example, something suspicious might be this really weird thing like a puzzle or whatever, trying to get you into a thing. If you can beat this, then you get this. So someone trying to lure you into something. So stay away from that stuff. Another thing is don't buy access to something that a person is known for scamming. That someone that is known for scamming, that they made it. This means like VIP shops, etc. Like for example, if I made a VIP shop, people will know that I had scammed, so they might not buy access because they'll know that I might not empty it or something like that. So if someone's trying to go through to you and like thoroughly convince you that they have something directly for you, you have to avoid them or ignore them. They're not trying to be friendly, they're just trying to take your stuff. Another thing is, don't think someone's your friend. If they're trying to give you stuff, really look at what they're giving you. And one last thing, don't TP to anyone you don't know. They might kill you on